Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be doing a playthrough of a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Gingham.
Yes, this game is designed by Robert Hovakimyan and published by Bitewing Games, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, players are going to be taking on the roles of ants who have discovered an abandoned picnic blanket that is filled with sweets. And it is our job to score the most amount of points by stacking them.
Yes, this is an abstract strategy game for 2 to 4 players that plays in about 20 to 40 minutes and is actually one of 2 games that are part of the Kickstarter campaign that is a part of Bitewing Games' travel line. And so if you'd like to check out our other playthrough video for the other game titled Gazebo, we've included a link in the description below.
Now, we do have to mention this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future. If you are interested in the campaign, there's a link in the description, which you can check out at your leisure. And lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So, if you please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Gingham. Welcome to the abandoned picnic blanket.
Ooh.
And so like we were mentioning, in this game, players play as ants, and we are hungry. So we found this abandoned picnic blanket, and it is filled with sweets. And so it is our job to try to scatter ourselves amongst the blanket in order to connect like-type sweets and claim different stockpiles. And so the way that the game works is players will be taking turns placing out one of their 2 queens along the edge of the picnic blanket and placing out one of their ants in the corresponding row or column that their queen is in. Now, because we are playing a 2-player game, our picnic blanket is an 8x8 grid. In higher player counts, there's another blanket that is a 10x10 grid that you'll be playing on. And I should mention that during the first turn of the game, the first player can choose any of the 4 sides of the picnic blanket to place their queen on. But starting with the next player, that player must place along an open space that's along the same edge as the first player.
So if I can do this, and then I would place out an ant here.
In addition, when placing out an ant in the same row or column, you can only choose a space that is up to and including the stitch. So there is a stitch that runs diagonally across this blanket, which means Naveen could have chosen the space with the stitch, but no spaces above it. And so all of these spaces are available. Then it would be my turn again, and let's just say I were to place mine here, and I would place an ant on this space.
Okay, let's say I would do this and place one here.
And because we both have placed out both of our queens, then that would end the round. Now, at the end of each round, for the rest of the game, the turn order will be determined by the players who are closest to the star. So in this case, for the next round, I would get to go twice, back to back, followed by Naveen twice.
So if it was something like this, it would be Monique, myself, Monique, and then me.
Right. And since I'm starting the next round, I would then get to choose which side to place my first queen on, and I can choose any other side that's not the one that we've already played to. So you just basically can't play on the same side 2 rounds in a row. And that's essentially what the turn structure will look like in the game. Now, one other thing that I didn't mention is instead of placing an ant on an open space, you can choose to bump out another player's ant. You cannot choose a space where you have your own ant on it. So if I were to place here, I could not place an ant on either of these 2 spaces, but I can place it here, bumping Naveen's ant off. And it goes back to him, and it's not all bad.
Nope.
Because at the end of my turn, once everything has been resolved, as you'll see, there are a lot of different events that can take place, then Naveen now gets to place out that ant on any empty space on the picnic blanket.
Yeah, so I'm not restricted even though we're playing this side up to the stitch. I could just say, I want to be here for some reason.
Yes. And there are many reasons why you may want to place your ants in places, because one of the things that we are trying to do in this game is we're trying to connect like-type sweets. And so after placing an ant, I'm just going to fast forward and create a scenario here. But after placing an ant, if you've connected 2 like-type sweets, then you score 1 point per ant along the shortest path between them, orthogonally. So it cannot just be diagonally. But let's say, for example, it looked like this. Or actually, no. Let's say, for example, it looked like this. Even though I have a 5th ant along the line, because the shortest path does not include that 5th ant, this would only score me 4 points. And each time we score points in the game, we will record them on our own score dial, which is going to be kept face down the entire game. Because in this game, points are kept secret. Then, after you've scored your points, you must now select one of the 2 sweets to stack on top of the other, essentially creating a stockpile. So if I wanted to, I could do something like this. And now I would place sugar cubes in that empty space equal to however many are pictured, which is either going to be 1 or 2. In addition to connecting sweets, another thing that we're trying to do is we are trying to claim stockpiles. So in this game, anytime you place an ant so that your colored ants are now completely surrounding either the stockpile or even just a single sweet tile, you can choose to claim it. It is optional, but you do have to decide in that moment whether or not you'd like to claim it. And you also have to have the like type claim tile still in your supply, which means you can't have claimed another stockpile of that same sweet type already on the board. And again, you have to completely surround the tile with your ants only, which means the center tiles are going to be the most difficult because they require 4 spaces, whereas the sides only require 2, and the corners only require 1. And so as an example, if let's just say on a future turn, just ignore these queens for now, Naveen were to place his ant on this space, bumping me out, then now he technically completely surrounds this stockpile because it only requires 1 ant here. If he chooses to claim it, he would then score 1 point per token that's in this stack, which would be 2 points.
Yep.
And then he'd place his claim token on top. Now, even though this stockpile has a claim token on top of it, you can still connect it to other like-type suites that are on the blanket as long as the other like-type suite isn't also claimed. So you could not connect, essentially, 2 claimed stockpiles. And so as an example, if I had claimed this maybe on a previous turn and we were to connect using our own ants, then nobody would score points for that connection and you wouldn't move the stacks. But if this were not claimed, and let's just say I were able to connect these 2 together, I would score the points as normal, and then I would still get to choose between the 2 stacks which one would go on top of the other. And the last thing to keep in mind about these stockpiles is they are never safe. And so if in the future, for some reason, I was able to bump Naveen back out of this space, and now I surround this stockpile, I can choose to claim it. I would score 1 point per tile that's in that stack, including Naveen's claim token, and then I would give this back to him and I would claim it. Now, that's important because at the end of the game, you're going to score 1 point per tile that's in all of your claimed stockpiles at the end. In addition, for each of the 5 types of suites, whoever has the tallest stockpile of each suite type will score 5 additional points.
In the case of a tie, ties are friendly, so both players would get 5 points.
Right. And so that's how stockpiles work. They're going to be a very important aspect of the game. Now, the last thing are these sugar cubes. Anytime, let's just say this space were empty, anytime a player were to place an ant adjacent to a space that contains a sugar cube, then they gain it. And sugar cubes are spent on one of these 5 abilities. You can only take an ability once per turn, and the amount of sugar cubes that you have to pay is the number on the left side of the ability, but these will change because let's just say Naveen were to take this ability, paying 1 sugar cube, this ability would now go to the topmost spot here, making it the most expensive.
Yeah, so these abilities will just kind of conveyor belt as we use them.
Right, and again, you can only use once 1 ability per turn, and it has to be on your turn. So if you were to get bumped, and you need to place an ant back onto the board because it's not your turn, you do not get to use an ability. And so there are 5 different types. They're going to be stuff like placing your ant across the stitch. So basically being able to ignore that rule.
Yeah, so if my queen is here, I can say, oh, I'm going to spend the sugar cubes necessary. I'm going to go past the stitch and place right there.
So maybe you really, really wanted to get something done with that. Or you can select the same row as an opponent. So if I were to place out my second queen, let's just say, and all of the queens look like this, I could choose literally this row/column and place an ant out in one of these areas here. Now, in the next round, I would be considered going after Naveen. Similarly, you can select the same row as yourself. So if I were to place out my second queen, I can choose my own column here, but keep in mind that each row/column can only contain up to 2 queens, which means now that this is like this, Naveen cannot take the ability that allows him to select the same row as an opponent, selecting this row because it's already at its max. And the last 2 abilities allow you to score a connection for 1.5 points rounded down. So when connecting 2 like-type treats, you basically score more points, or you can move your ant instead of placing a new one. So on your turn, when you place out a queen, instead of placing out a new one, you can choose an ant from that row or column and place it on any available space on the picnic blanket. But you can only choose an ant that's up to the stitch. So if I had placed it there and I had an ant up here, I could not move that one. I would have to choose this one. And that's essentially it. We're going to be demonstrating all of these aspects as we play the game, so hopefully it'll make more sense then. But essentially, at the end of a round, in a two-player game, if either player has at least 40 points, then they are required to declare it, and that ends the game immediately, and then players would go into endgame scoring. Like I was mentioning earlier, at the end of the game, you'll score all of your stockpiles, 1 point each for each token, and that's including the claim tokens this time. Then you'll score 5 points for each of the tallest stacks of each type of sweet. And then finally, for any unused sugar cube still in your supply, you'll score an additional point. And at that point, whoever has the most points wins. So that is essentially how you play Gingham. We're just gonna go ahead and get cleaned up, and we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, we are ready to go. We just have to figure out who is going to be going first.
Odds or evens?
Sure.
What do you want?
Oh, I'll be evens.
1, 2, 3. Evens. So you're gonna
okay.
go first?
I will go first.
All right. Again, the game ends as soon as one of us has reached at least 40 points. You must declare it, no cheating.
No cheating.
And so, Naveen, go ahead and start. Naveen gets the privilege of choosing whichever side to start the game
Okay,
on.
we'll start closest to me.
Okay, of
I'll go
course.
ahead and place myself here. And I'm
All
just
right.
going to go very simple, and I'll place this one there.
All right. What are you trying to... I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to connect the pies.
Maybe.
Well, it's back to me, and I am going to go here.
Okay. Oh,
I'm going to place... Oh, sorry. Don't give her your
round.
queen. I'm going to place out an ant on this space. All right. Back to you.
very good. Okay, I will just hang out with you here,
Okay.
and I will put myself right in this spot.
Nice. So then it goes back to me, and I would like to go first
Okay.
in the next round. So I'm going to go here. And I say that because I'm going to be closest to the star that's along this edge. And I'm going to go ahead and place an ant here because, again, you can place up to the stitch. All right, and that is the end of the first round. So now for the next round, the turn order is going to be me, Naveen, me, Naveen. So it's still alternating. But now I get to choose which side, and I think I'm going to choose this side.
Clearly.
I'm going to place my queen there.
Okay.
And the stitch now is this way, so you can only place up to here. Nobody can place beyond it.
Right.
And I'm going to play an ant there. All right.
Oh, good spot, huh? All right, I'll go ahead and place myself here.
Okay.
Okay, and then from there, I will put myself in this spot.
Nice. And now it's back to me, and I think I'm going to go here. And I'm going to place my ant there. All right.
Okay, a little
Back
blocker.
to you.
Huh?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't really blocking.
Fair enough.
I swear. It's very early in the game. The game can go in any direction because, again, you can start bumping people off when the time is right. So who knows
We'll see.
where these paths are
yeah,
going to go.
I see you're one away from a cupcake. Like, do I really want to go here just to...
No.
But I don't want you to go 2 in a row.
You'll go 2 in a row. So you can set yourself up knowing that.
Possibly.
No, definitely. Like, do something nice and then go 2 in a row.
Yeah, but if you go 2 in a row, you're going boom, boom, which is not good. So...
It's fine.
No.
Wow, what a
I'm gonna
waste.
go
What a
here.
waste.
It's not a waste. This is a cookie setup.
Okay.
I'm playing the long game with the cookie. I have to stop here because the stitch is right here in the dead center.
All right.
All right, so then now that's it. I'm closest to the star, so I
Yes.
get to go first.
All right.
Well, I think I'm going to go... I'll go here.
Okay.
There we go. Let's just put myself right in that slot. That seems good.
Okay, well, it's back to me, and I should probably still go here.
Okay.
I thought you were going to just choose a different edge. That would also been good.
Good, yeah.
But we're just kind of hopping between both edges here. Now it's back to me again.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not bad. Just going here and taking this spot.
Oh my gosh, you're just blocking
We're
each other.
congregating. I guess this is like truly ant-like,
And
right?
fight.
Ants tend to cluster.
They
don't
do.
they?
Yeah. Gosh. Okay. I will go here. We are really keeping it tight. I'll go right there.
All right. So now it goes back to me, and we're back to the previous order. Are we going to just hop around?
This is
the
on
same-
you. No.
Let's do something different. I'm going to choose a different edge.
Okay.
So I'm going to go along this edge here.
All right.
And this is going to be our first bump edge.
You're bumping me.
I'm bumping you. So again, you cannot choose your own ant. You can only bump opponents. And so I could basically place in this entire row.
Yep.
And of course, I'm going to choose this, right?
Taking me out. Yep.
Taking you out. So this is going to go into Naveen's hand. He's going to hold on to that because he doesn't get to place it out until the end of my turn. And right now, I believe I have connected 2 cupcakes.
You did.
Oh, cupcakes. I love them.
5
So
points.
orthogonally adjacent ants, but the shortest path. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
That's it.
All right, so I'm going to score 5 points, and I'm going to place it. I'm going to do it in secret.
0 plus 5, huh?
That is right. That's how you score 5 points, Naveen.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what stack do you want to make?
right. Now I get to choose which one to stack on top of the other. I think I'll stack this one on top of this one.
Okay.
So now that's claimable. 1 sugar cube goes on that space. And I believe I've formed another connection.
Pi
So
to
if
pi.
multiple effects are triggered by your ant placement, you can choose the order in which you resolve them. So pi is now connected to pi. And the shortest is 3 ants. So I'm going to score 3 points. Okay. And now I will stack this one on top of that
Ooh,
one.
2 sugar cubes.
So, oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, that's right.
Cheater.
Oh, I've already exposed it. Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead.
Okay.
2 sugar cubes.
There we go.
So you have an opportunity to get a sugar cube now, Naveen.
Do, yeah. So I cannot bump you out with this placement that where she bumped me,
Right.
but I will go ahead and put this one here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
You're welcome. You can place it
Thank
anywhere.
you. I placed it anywhere, and then now it's my turn.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have another bump.
You can do something
I will
grand.
go here, yeah, and I'm gonna bump you out of this spot.
Oh, okay.
So you're going bye.
Bye.
My ant will go here, placing
Okay.
next to the sugar cube. So I keep
You get one. You get one.
Oh, I get one. Sorry,
You
one.
greedy ant.
Yeah.
Fiend.
Panicked. And now with that, I have connected the cherries. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very good.
5 cherries.
So
So
go ahead and add it
5
to your,
points. 0 plus
your
5.
point dial.
Okay, very good. And way to move the pie because I would have made a pie connection.
You would have.
And so for me, I'm going to move this cherry over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, keep it away from you.
So 2 sugar cubes on that
2
spot.
Sugar cubes.
All right.
There you go.
And with my bumped ant,
Yep.
I'm going to place it over here. So this now, even when you place your bumped ants, it still triggers effects as normal. It just has to be on an empty space that you're placing your ant. And so I've connected the
two
pies
pies.
again.
Stacks of pies.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Right? Okay. That's that. And I am going to move this stack on top of this one.
Okay.
Yes, exposing 1 sugar cube. All right. So now it's my turn.
Yeah, back to you.
Well, I am jealous of your sugar cube because
Okay.
these abilities are quite nice when you're able to use them.
You get one.
So I'm going to just take a sugar cube. I'm going to
okay.
go here. And
Yeah.
I take this
Snagged
last
it,
one here.
snagged it.
I snagged it. That's right. All right. Final turn
Okay.
of the round.
Well, I think I will go. Oops, there
Where
you
you
go.
going?
I'll go here.
Okay.
And I'm going to put out an ant right over here. Why not?
All right. Why
Seems
not?
like a good spot.
Very good. That is the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have 40 points? I do not.
You know I don't.
All right.
Okay.
So then we move on to the next round, and this time Naveen is closest to the star. So
Yeah.
you get to go first.
Well,
You get to choose the edge. That is
I-
such a powerful
I do.
ability.
Okay, so if I put an ant here, by going here, I could put it one here,
Yeah.
and then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I know we're going back and forth, but this is where our networks are built up, you know?
Right.
I'll go here.
Okay.
Too bad there's no sugar cube, but I'm going to put this
Oh,
ant
I'm so glad I took
out
that.
right there. Yep. And we have cupcake to cupcake, the shortest distance, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go ahead and score 4 points.
Yes.
Okay. And then now, how do we want to do these stacks?
Yes.
Let's just bring this stack. Oh, gosh, how do I want to do this? Okay. If I bring this stack here. Oh, that's such a big one. So I'll go over here.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So 1 sugar
One
cube.
single sugar cube.
All right. Anything else, Naveen?
I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
just make sure
be done.
they're in their own spaces. Okay. So now it's to me, and I think I might use an ability.
Okay.
So I'm gonna place my queen here.
Okay.
And instead of placing an ant, I'm gonna spend my 1 sugar cube to move my ant
Instead of
placing
placing
a new one. Now again, the ant that you move has to be in the same row or column up to the stitch, but then you can place it anywhere. So spending that, this is gonna get now moved to the top because it becomes the most expensive ability. So if you wanna move an ant, you have to pay 3 sugar
yeah.
cubes. And
Which ant are you going to move?
this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this now that you've scored those cupcakes, and I'm gonna place it here.
Yeah.
Let's just claim this stack. There are
You're
only
gonna do it?
5 tokens of each suite.
Yeah.
So I've completely surrounded this stack
You did?
or this stockpile. So I'm gonna claim it.
Okay.
I score 1 point per tile, so there are 3. So let me just score that real quick. Oops, I knocked
gotcha.
it over.
And then you're going to put your cake marker on top.
Yes, because it's still available.
It's
so
still
that
available.
That is key.
Yeah.
Now, it is going to be the tallest, I hope. So
There's only 5 of these tokens in a 2-player game,
Yeah.
so you have the majority, right? So like even if I was to stack a 2,
Yeah.
I can never beat 3.
Right.
Okay, don't like this, but I will go here. And then
Oh, interesting.
we're just going to go ahead and slide ourselves all the way there.
Huh.
There we are.
What are you doing?
As everything gets stacked up over here, there's nothing to attach to.
Yeah.
So you got to drift towards the stuff where there's points to be had.
It's true. So now it's back to me for the final turn. I would like to go twice in a row. So I'm looking at one of these 3 here.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to bump you. I'm going to go here.
My first.
This is not your first.
Or not my first. My
Give me a
guy
break.
that was just isolated over there.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah.
even like that spot.
I didn't.
So,
That was a blocker spot.
all right. Place it wherever you like, wherever you fancy.
I think I'll go here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you make a connection with that?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Do you have 40 points?
I don't.
Okay. So let's move on to the next round. This time I'm going to be going twice in a row.
Okay.
So I don't really like that I'm just here.
Yeah, kind of cut off.
Kind of cut off. So maybe I'm going to choose this side.
Okay.
And I'm going to go here.
Mm.
It's not great, but it is what it is.
Okay. You get to go 2 in a
And
row.
I get to go again.
Yeah.
Actually, no, sorry. Can I take that back?
Oh, go ahead.
I totally forgot that I was going twice in a row.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the side.
Oh, okay.
Our old friend, this side here.
All right.
And I'm going to go 1.
Okay.
And let's go 2.
1, 2, huh?
Yeah. So
Well, you
I
do it.
connect these 2 cookies.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh,
Right?
it's a lot of points.
So that's that. And then, which ones to stack? That is a tough question. I think I will do this.
Keeping it away from me, huh?
Let's do that. So 2 sugar cubes go on there. Now you get to go twice.
Twice. Okay. I do not like the fact that I don't want to go out here.
Yeah, I know. The turn order thing.
It's
It
killing me
makes
right
the
now.
decision not so straightforward.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to create your paths, but you
am.
also don't want to go last
I don't
all
want
the
to go last.
time.
I am. Yeah, that's been happening.
So-
So I'll go twice in a row for sure. If I
Okay.
do this. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this one here,
Okay.
making sure I'm in front of you. Oops. Ant.
And
We'll go ahead and put you there.
all right.
And then the next one will go here. Ant. I don't know why I'm reaching for
You
the
keep
cubes.
taking the. I have my
There
eye
we
on
go.
you. Okay,
Cubes.
there. So up to the
Got
stitch.
me a cube. Yeah. So there we go. So just like that.
All
I
right.
don't have 40 points.
Neither do I.
I feel like you're getting closer.
No, I don't have 40 points. So
Okay.
now you get to start.
Me. Okay. I will go here.
Ooh, interesting.
Now that I've gone there, I will place out here. And we have now connected 1 to that one right there.
All
So we
right.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
6 points. You've connected the
points.
lollipops, which, by the way, you only play with the lollipops in a 2-player game.
Mm-hmm.
So they only make an appearance in our game.
Yep. So that's that. And then now I need to figure out the stacking. Let's just keep this kind of away from you, if you don't mind.
Interesting.
And I think I will go here,
Okay.
and I will place out this ant here. And now we have cherries touching. We
Oh.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Whoa, that's huge.
But I'm going to spend 1 cube to score a connection 1.5x. So
oh,
it's going
wow.
to be
So
12
it's 12
points.
points. Oh,
12
no.
points.
Oh, no, that is so bad.
You'd be sneezing.
I think Naveen just usurped there. That's so bad.
I needed
It
that.
only goes up to 40.
It
We're not going to be
does.
connecting all of these sweets.
It's true. So let's go ahead and just bring this one over here.
Okay.
And then we're going to put out 2 cube skis.
All
you
right.
go. And I like this nice
terrible.
little gap right here. This is good.
Why?
Because I don't like this like bunched up and it's like, well, I'm going to go here and here.
So now that you've used this ability,
Yep, it goes
this
to
is
the
going to
top.
become the most expensive. So
It was
select
cheap.
the same row as an
I
opponent.
technically spent
for
1
yourself.
point to gain 4 points.
Did you even spend it?
I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, because every cube that you don't have at the end of the game is worth a point. So if I got an
Right.
extra 4 points, I converted 1 to 3.
All right. Well, I'm going to do this just so I can go first.
Okay.
I guess twice in a row. I'm going to go here
Twice in a row. Oh, wow. Okay.
and place an ant there.
Cube you get.
Take a sugar cube. And then I'm going to place this here.
Sure.
And I have to place it here.
Yeah, it has to be
So,
that way.
not the best of placements, but that is the
well,
end of the round.
well, you do have a sugar cube. Select the same row as yourself. Did you want to put it here instead?
No,
Okay, well, I
it's
understand.
not worth it.
Okay.
But that is the end of the
No,
round.
There's also select the same row as an opponent.
Thank
that wasn't
you.
your only option, is what I'm saying.
It's true. It's
Okay.
true. I could spend these.
Yeah.
But That's the end of the round.
Okay, I do not have 40.
You don't have 40? I don't either.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and start. And the reason why I wanted to be able to go back to back is so that I could do the cookie thing. So I'm going to go here.
Do it.
And I take a second sugar cube.
I knew it.
And then I'll go here. I mean, I'm going to go last, definitely in the next round, but hopefully this was worth it. So I'm doing that. And I've connected the 2 cookies. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9's good. 9 is a lot of points.
9 is a lot of points, hopefully. And then I'm going to stack this one here.
Ooh,
so 1 sugar cube, please.
Oh, you're stacking cookies,
I
huh?
have stacked cookies. It is your turn.
Let's go ahead and do some usurpage.
Usurpage.
1. Out.
Oh, I'm so glad I did that. I knew you were going to destroy this at some point.
Well,
So,
that's that. So that's the end of that 1 turn. So would you like to place your person out?
I would love to. I will place my person here.
Yeah.
So I claim the cookies, the cookie stack. I haven't claimed them yet. So I get 3 points.
3 points.
And then I'll stack my token. So I'm just score that real quick. Okay?
Okay, you did that?
Yep.
All right, then I am going to bump you here.
Again.
So I surround this pie.
Oh, yeah, you
There
take
you
the
go.
pie.
And then, so let me go ahead and put this ant here. So now I've taken this pie. So it's going to be 1 for Monique's piece plus the 3 that are below. So I get 4 points out of that. And then Monique
And then
can
I
get
take
that back.
my claim token back. So Naveen will probably have the tallest pie stack.
Pie now, yeah, unless you come back in. But there we go.
There are other stacks.
There are other
Just
stacks,
so
but
you know.
that's just something I had access to by me going back to back.
Oh, wait, did you bump me?
I did, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I did not place this yet. I guess I'll go here.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
Nice move.
That's the end of the round.
It's the end of the round.
Do you have 40?
I do not have 40. Do you have 40?
I do not. So we play
Thank
another
you.
round. It's starting with you. Why?
Okay.
Are you going to crush it?
I'm trying
this
to.
round?
I'm
Is this
trying
the
to.
end?
I'm trying to. There we go.
Okay.
And we got this, and I believe this candy goes all the way to this candy.
The
1,
lollipop.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Uh-oh.
Would you agree?
Uh-oh.
10?
That is 10.
That's 10.
Is this
We have a tenner.
the end of the game? Is this the last round?
I don't know.
Announce it. No, you don't
Yeah,
announce
you don't announce it.
You
What do
announce
you
it
do?
at the end
Yeah.
of the round.
Okay, so that's that. And I'll just move this stack over here.
Okay.
Okay.
So 2 sugar cubes.
2 sugar cubes. Sorry, yes. 2 sugar cubes here.
Space.
Yep. And then the last one, I'm going to put right over here. I'm going to connect to this lollipop. And now that I've done that, I have the ants that go
it's
all
over.
the way around. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Wow.
Big one.
I made a mistake. I think I made a mistake in going around the perimeter.
Uh-huh.
You definitely want to go in the middle.
Yeah, you want to cut through.
You want to cut through.
Cut through and have multiple
Naveen's ants are
branches.
superior.
Yeah. So then we're going to put this one just stack over here.
Okay, so
just
1
do that.
sugar cube.
1 single sugar cube. All right.
Oh, man.
So you get to go back to back.
This is so bad. This is so bad. This is definitely the end of the game because that was a 20-point turn. There's no way that Naveen is not over 40 points. So
Make it count.
make it count, he says. All right, it is back to me. I have back-to-back turns, but on this side. So it's not great, but I think I'm going to use an ability.
Okay.
I'm going to go, it's this side, right? I'm going to go
Oh.
here.
Oh.
And I'm going to spend both of my sugar
Oh,
cubes
no.
to place my ant across the stitch.
Shoot.
mean-
This is bad. This is a good amount of points for you if you're doing what I think.
I'm going to place my ant across the stitch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to place it here. I'm going to bump
You're
you.
gonna bump me. Okay, so that means I get to place a bump.
I know it does.
That is good. I didn't think about that part of it.
That's the thing that's not amazing about it. But I do get to claim this.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. It's 3 points, and I'll place
Boom.
that. Or I'll place that
so you
there.
get 3 points,
So I
which
get
is
3
good because at the end of the game you score your stacks.
Yeah.
So that'll be 4 points. Plus you'll have the tallest cherries, another 5. So that's
Right.
was that like a 12-point turn?
It's something. And now you get to place
I
that.
do. Yeah. Too bad. Too bad about surrounding these. That's
I
the hard part
know,
about the
that's
center.
hard.
Well, I don't think there's anything better to do than get a sugar cube, so I'm just gonna take this one.
Place it there.
Yeah.
All right.
Bummer.
Well, now it goes back to me for my final turn. And unfortunately, I don't think I can make any more connections or claim anything. So I am just gonna go here.
Get the cube.
Yeah. And I'll get a sugar cube. Boom.
Okay.
So That's it.
very
I
good.
think. That's the end of the round. Do you have more than 40 points?
I do.
Okay, so that is it.
I
the
have-
game is over. You don't have to say it yet.
Oh, you don't want to know?
The game is over. We're going to go into endgame scoring. No, I want to know. I don't have 40.
You want to know now?
Yeah.
I have 54.
You have 54?
Yeah.
I only have 38.
Okay.
I mean, I think you're going to win.
We'll see.
But we're going to do some endgame scoring. So first of all, you score 1 point for each of your claimed stacks, including your claimed token. I have 2 stacks. And they are, what's this, 4?
4 plus 4.
Plus 4, so 8 points.
And then I have this 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I have regrets when I got bumped out. I should have placed here and taken this little cheapie. I would have scored extra 2 points.
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
This one?
Yeah. You know when you bumped me out at the very
'cause
end?
You just took a cube.
I just took a cube for 1 point, but putting it there and claiming it would have been 1 plus another 2
Well,
right
if you
now.
lose by 2
If I
points,
lose by 2, I'll know. Yeah.
then you'll know.
Okay,
All
58
right.
to 46.
Next, we are going to we're going to score 5 points for each of the different types of stacks that are the tallest. So I think we've claimed different
I've got pie.
one. I
You've
have
got-
cherry
yeah.
and cookies.
Yeah, so I get an extra 5.
You get an extra 5, I get an extra 10. There's that. And then finally 1 point for each leftover sugar
another
cube.
2.
So it's just
All
1 point for me.
All right, I have my total score.
Okay, we'll just say it out loud.
Sure.
Ready? 1, 2, 3,
65.
57. Oh.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
57, 65.
Which could have been
So
67.
Man, your long paths here killed me.
You clumped up here, and I was actually
Yeah.
really happy when you kicked me out on this cookie spot because that was just a dead ant that I could just instantly have the
anywhere else.
unregrets, and then I was able to set up this kind of a lollipop.
Yeah, I had my
area.
sights on an outside path,
Yeah.
and I didn't consider what happens when your outside path fails.
What's nice about the outside path is you can do the stacks, and that's why
Yeah.
I was so close to like technically kind of close to surrounding this and this right here, but it's like just get the points while you can.
And the thing is, the game sort of ends before you think it will, because 40 points is not a lot when you're considering paths that are 10 in length.
Yeah.
I should have tried to break those up, but I think I was so focused on my own paths and like, what can I score, that I didn't think like, well, what does Naveen? What
And
can
then
Naveen
turn
score
order,
here?
like when you go back to back, like I was going turn 3, 4, 1, 2. So then like I could really set up like some stuff.
Yeah,
So
'cause
like
you're
you want to,
basically 4 in a row.
I think you want to try to get into windows.
To every other.
Every other, like even
Yeah.
if it's like something that would have been ideal for you to go 1, 2, it has to be like one of those like 12-point scoring things,
Right.
You know, to really justify it. So yeah,
Now, again, we were playing a 2-player game, so things are a bit different. Our board size is smaller. It's an 8x8. In higher player counts, it's a 10x10.
Right.
We also played with the lollipops, and you don't play with those at all in higher player counts. And we played to 40 points. Now, that's in a 2 and 3-player game. In a 4-player game, you only play up to 32 points, so the threshold is lower. But other than that, the rules virtually remain the same. Now, again, we were playing with a prototype, so some of the pieces are upgraded, namely the ants. In the standard version of the game, these are going to be punchboard tiles, and specifically the claim tokens, the print will change from white to black, just so it's a bit easier to see.
Well, there you have it. That is Gingham. Now, if you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave it in the comments down below, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. There's also a link in the description, which you can check out to the campaign. And thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.